What is going on, you guys? My name is Cody Thixton, and this is Interesting Podcast. We're coming to you guys on April 7th, 2023 for episode 42, where we actually have a very, very special vlog. We are on our way to Friday Night SmackDown, the Friday Night SmackDown after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And I'm actually here with my co-host, Antonio, that you guys see on a weekly basis. And man, dude, there's a whole lot going on in the world of professional wrestling. So what do you think about Vince McMahon coming back and what his impact is going to have on tonight's show?
Well, you know, like they said with Monday Night Raw the other night, I think the script they said was ripped up 3 times and redone, and someone got a shot of the, I don't know if it was the production guys or the audio guys, and they kept giving them sheets of how the show was changing throughout the night. And right up until the end, right before the show was going to start, it seems like they were cutting and changing things around. So I'm kind of thinking that could happen for tonight's show. And we also know that throughout SmackDown's history, Vince McMahon has always been focused on Raw, Monday Night Raw, more than SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we're going to enjoy the show because we're going live to Portland right now. It's going to be awesome no matter what. But I mean, what kind of changes are we going to see with the sale and them putting Vince back in charge of the company?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, and especially with, like, Triple H addressing the fans tonight.
Yeah.
It's, like, everybody is speculating that it could potentially be Triple H slowly bringing himself out of WWE by allowing the fans to know that he never said he's not going nowhere. He said WWE's not going nowhere.
That's true.
And it's like, it's really interesting to think that, like, we could see Triple H finally just hang up his boots, especially with Stephanie McMahon walking away from WWE.
Yeah.
You know, like, he could easily go to his wife and say, like, I think now is the time where, you know, clearly he got a cut from the sale of WWE. Stephanie McMahon got a cut from the sale of WWE. So they could have already accumulated enough money now that they can easily retire, and he can just let it go. And that's something that's really sad, thinking that we've been built up to this structured WWE over the last 9 months that Vince McMahon hasn't been there.
Yeah.
And it's been so much more better. But now that Vince McMahon is now executive chairman of WWE again, it's going to be up to technically us making some sort of statement, because Vince McMahon is now no longer a shareholder of WWE. He is just singularly an employee. So he could be fired just as easily as he fired every other WWE superstar or every other WWE official that he had an issue with. It's just a matter of Endeavor and the UFC actually finding an issue with Vince McMahon to a point to where they're like, no, he doesn't need to be a part of the company.
Yeah.
And, like, that is a rocky road, because we all know how Vince McMahon thinks. He doesn't care about us as fans and what we think.
No.
It's a matter of the money.
Yep.
You know?
He wants us to think what he wants us to think. Like, like he's always thinking 3-4 steps ahead. And I mean, whenever the fans get behind something and want to push a certain wrestler that everyone's been liking, if he doesn't like it, he'll kill it. He'll bury him. So you're right, Cody. Us as wrestling fans have to make some sort of statement to Endeavor and be loud if it's something we don't like.
Yeah.
You gotta be vocal, and if we want to get behind something, we have to push it almost like as ourselves. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he's gonna do what he wants to do, just like he always has, and it almost seems like I said before, when you quoted me, he came back to oversee the purchase. He's been shopping it for a while. He did step back when the New York Times and a couple other mainstream reports came out about the payments off to those, to what do you know what I mean, the assaults or whatever, or for hush money, basically.
Yeah.
So he's back. And is he back in like on a TV role? Is he just going to stay behind the scenes? I hope Triple H stays, but I mean, look what happened to fucking NXT, dude. I watched NXT. I followed it all the way from 2014 up until they did the change, I think, either last year or the year before, with all the colors and looks just like a splatter. They totally changed it and it sucked. They put Nick Khan ahead of it, and I thought it was horrible. And I mean, he even came back to that, but to me, it stayed the same. And I haven't watched it since. So
yeah. I mean, like, if you look at the trajectory in which WWE could be heading with Vince McMahon in charge, what now does this give AEW that push? Because, like, when it came to AEW battling Vince McMahon, they couldn't, like, they could beat him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to them facing Triple H, when it's not on NXT, when it seemed like he got in control of WWE, is when, like, then Tony Khan actually had a battle on his hands.
Yeah.
You know? And so it's like, now what does that give the trajectory of AEW now that Vince McMahon's in charge? And now Tony Khan doesn't necessarily have to, quote unquote, worry as much.
I think AEW is definitely paying attention to what's happening right now. And they just made I don't know if you watched it, the Wednesday Night Dynamite just the other night. They made a major announcement that they're going to do their first UK show at Wembley Stadium. Yeah. And that's huge because AEW, just like WWE, is a global company, even though they just started a few years ago. Yeah. They have fans all over the world, and especially in the UK. There's great wrestling fans over there. And I think if they're not able to fill it or have a sellout, it's definitely going to be close because UK loves the wrestling scene. There's a good wrestling, independent wrestling scene over there. Whenever WWE has a show, I think they're doing Money in the Bank there this year, which might be next month or in June. And then AEW is going to do their show, I think, All In August or September, somewhere around there. So there's tickets went on sale, so it gives them time to fill up the stadium and everything. But it's going to be awesome because I think AEW is going to try a lot harder to show we care about what the fans think. We're going to push the wrestlers you like, and we're going to do the things that like the fans want, and we're going to listen to you. We're not just going to be like Vince McMahon, who does what he wants and, doesn't care really. Yeah. Well, damn. Well, thank you guys so very much for this little portion of the video. We will actually have more footage of when we are actually getting to the Motor Center, and we will actually be back in right about a second right here on Interesting Podcast. We'll see you guys very, very soon. Nice.